What is up? This is Beyond the Service, and today we're going to talk about visual marketing.
And as you can see, John is wearing a t-shirt from Mechanical Hub, our proud partners, and you can see that Mechanical Hub's done a great job creating visual marketing for themselves by creating a very predominant logo.
Yes, exactly. So that is one of the major things that is going to help you win with visual. I said digital.
Oh, maybe digital could be a word.
Digital. I just
trademark. Visual.
Visual marketing. It's the most important thing because that's what your brain remembers a lot of. It's the easiest thing to recognize and cross-connect things that are happening. So when you are trying to figure out a visual aid of your brand or something, it better be simplistic, vibrant, basic, and understandable.
Easy to remember and identify.
Yes.
So I think sometimes people can get a little too complicated trying to create a branding for themselves or a logo. Like,
no fine lines.
It's got to be the KISS. Have you ever heard of like the KISS application life? Like, keep it simple, stupid.
Right.
It's got to be that. You know,
it really does.
People want something that's like really easy to understand. That like they don't have to try and figure out like what the hell is this or what are they trying to sell.
Well, let's talk about like line thickness. You see the line thickness of this shirt.
It's very bold.
Versus this. Imagine if this was right.
I like my shirt.
No, I love this shirt. It's very piratey.
Piratey?
God,
what the hell? Oh my God. And then you are me.
And then This is like our daughter. Our daughter's like always like, "Army matey," and
Reagan?
She loves saying that. It's hilarious because you know what? It's weird. She's like proud of herself when she says,
"Who did this?"
Yeah.
Who did this? I'm like, who did this?
But anyways, imagine if this was writing on a T-shirt. You're like, your mind's blown.
There's too much.
You don't even know what the heck is going on there.
So those of you that are listening, I'm wearing a white T-shirt with red pinstripes.
In case you didn't understand what that is.
No, they're listening. They can't see us.
Oh, sorry. Yes, you're absolutely right.
So John's wearing a really handsome, like soft, like poly blend.
Touch me some more.
Dark heather gray shirt with the
baby.
Mechanical Hub, very bold logo on it.
Yeah.
But it's about learning how to create the logo, stand by, and so that your viewers or your client
can
base
retain the information that you're trying to give to them. You're trying to get them to keep this vision that you have of who you are, what you are, and how they can find you in their head. And the only way that works is with simplicity. Less is more. You've heard of that term, right?
I think in today's...
It's not like a woman's mind where bigger is better.
God, shut up.
It's not about...
Sicko. Let me tell you right now, bigger is always better. We're moving on. So right now, the minimalistic visual look is really in as far as visual appeal goes. So I think that we're talking about Mechanical Hub. I think their logo is very much part of a simplistic type of view. It's red, it's white, it's a crest, and it has two letters on it, the MH.
Well, let's talk about, like, let's say a business card. I would say that our brand of business card is a little busy. I would say our business card's a little busy. But
God, no, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No.
But if you look at
I have seen like psycho ADD like business cards that need Ritalin. Like ours are not even close to that.
Okay.
Our business cards are cool. Like they're not codependent. They don't need Ritalin.
The simplicity that I'm really what we want to focus on in this episode is like the basics. What is the basic information that you're trying to transfer to your customer? You need your name. You need your phone number. You need the website that they can find you. You need the license number and a basic ass logo of your brand.
So
5 things. Hold on, let me see. There we go. 5 things to make you stand out. You do not, the biggest thing I want to point out is do not bullet point.
Oh my God.
No one's going to read it and
Move
no
on
one's going to
from
remember it because these bullet points are what everybody expects to happen anyways out of that service.
Sorry, I don't agree with that, because just because you heard this one time in somebody's business recommended podcast doesn't mean that everybody communicates that way. Some people want bullet points because they want to know what the hell it is that they do. Beyond marketing, though, let's go back to your logo. If you have a logo that has your business name in it, make sure that people can read it. You don't have to agree with me. That's the whole point of our show, is to have different perspectives.
Right.
We have different perspectives, but we've been able to learn to coexist, just like how you should with your friends in politics. Anyways, you have to learn to coexist with people with different perspectives. I don't agree with necessarily the bullet point thing, but I don't think you should bullet point 25 things. You don't need a bullet
point the shit out of your vehicle.
Three primary things.
You can, okay. This is what I would say. If you're an electrician.
We're not talking about vehicles. We're talking about primary branding, because we can take this episode in so many different ways. Let's talk about primary branding, like establishing a name, establishing a logo, right?
Okay.
Because we can go for I don't even know, 2 hours talking about different ways that you can advertise and brand
yourself.
So
let's talk about cursive. Cursive in a logo.
In a text, yeah.
In a text logo. Would you recommend that or not?
We kind of have cursive in ours.
We do. It's actually like a mixture and a mold of both, isn't it?
You know what?
But it's not thin ledger. It's bold.
I feel like ours is very baseball style.
It's very baseball. Dodger. It's Dodger style.
Put me in, coach. I'm ready to play. I don't know. I just kind of feel like it's...
Let's talk about Beyond the Service logo. Look at how simplistic that is.
God, John, you're such a genius. I married a damn genius.
This is why we chose this logo.
Okay.
Simplicity.
So as you can see, it has the text Beyond the Service, and then has the pipe wrench, because we have a plumbing background. But it doesn't mean that every business is plumbing, but it's relative to both John and I.
I'm sorry, viewers or podcast listeners, if you are not viewing this,
it's part of our logo.
I am the Vanna White.
Oh my God.
Of Beyond the Service.
He's got great tits.
Now.
Great tits, everybody.
Great man tits.
Great tits. So that's a really good point. I like you bringing up our Beyond the Service logo. So we have one guy that we use for all of our logos.
Everything, yeah.
Our Plum God stuff, Beyond the Service, our Thompson stuff. So shout out to you. Can we say?
Mike Teal.
Mike Teal
does
all of our stuff. We highly recommend him. He knows what we're looking for. He's super consistent, and that's what you guys need to do.
Right.
You guys need to find one person that understands your vision and can execute it.
Exactly. You need somebody that can understand and communicate with you on what that vision is going to be, and that can help guide you in the right demographics that you want. Demographics as far as legibility and all those things. And I think demographics isn't just about race or sex or age.
Are we going to personify these demographics?
I will. I create if you don't follow me on Instagram, I create my own boundaries of words. And you know
boundaries is not the word either. Okay, boundaries means you restrict yourself,
or there's no restriction.
John goes beyond the service boundaries.
Yes, absolutely. or beyond the local lingual. Lingual is verbiage.
Dang dog.
See, I'm bringing out some
lingual.
I'm bringing out some vocabulary right now. What was the word that I made up last week? Or what episode was that? I don't know. It was.
It was we were just talked about it today.
Was it this episode?
No. Vigital. It's a visual digital.
Vigital.
A visual digital aid, but it's a vigital.
Vigital's a badass term.
God, I said trademark. Gosh, you said last week. That was
Hey, I don't even know.
4 minutes ago.
I'm sorry. I don't pay attention that long to understand. Or have a memory to remember those things.
So let's go back to how you're going to brand your business without scrolling on digital images. You guys you have to be consistent. And it's got to be super bold. And it has to communicate.
Hold on, I need to talk to my producer real quick. Hey, Eric, Vigital right here.
Trademark.
Sorry. Let me go to the middle. Right. Sorry. There we go. Hands backwards. Okay, right there. Vigital. Anyways, so when you are trying to create something, simplicity wins always, because you want something as bold and bright and vibrant as possible to pop into people's minds. And it's not just about the graphics, it's also about the colors, the color scheme that you are actually having. Check out your primary colors, bros and ladies. Check out your primary colors.
Thank you for adding in my ladies.
Absolutely.
My ladies.
Women are some of the most influential business owners and politicians in the world. And you know what? And I understand why men have been suppressing them for years, because they're badasses, and you should be afraid of these women ruling the goddamn world, because they're going to.
Because you should want a bad bitch like this.
Sorry for everybody that's involved in this podcast, because we're on point today. And this is what we want Beyond the Service to actually be like every episode. So stay tuned for the next version of this. So in case you guys don't understand what we're doing here.
We're talking about how to create a very bold
graphic design or logo or branding, let's say. All of our episodes, you know, we can't put everything into 15 minutes, you guys. All of these things, it's a very wide topic to discuss. So stay tuned for more episodes of the same topics we're talking about, because these things can go on into very great detail, or grave detail if you want to change the wording on me, Devin.
I would have stuck with great, but that's okay.
But anyways.
I got an A in English.
And I have probably an F. I skipped by with a D probably, but passed with honor rolls still in high school.
Oh, you're handsome.
without being able to read. But all of these episodes and topics that we're talking about, we will continue to talk about the same topics, because there's so many different levels of all these things that we're discussing. So
there's
stay
levels
tuned.
to this shit by Meek Mill.
Absolutely.
So stay tuned.
Devin loves quoting songs.
I just like hip hop. I really do. So thank you for tuning in. Love you guys so very much. Hope you guys have a great work week. And remember to always go beyond the service for your customers and your